Welcome to Raccoon Point Studios. I'm Sean Bombs, and today we're doing something a little bit different on this channel. I'm talking about a camera, the Canon R5c, how I use it, why I love it, all that fun stuff. If you're new to the channel though, I usually do music production, guitar pedals, synthesizers, drum machines. I love to experiment with sound and just push boundaries. I do a lot of gear shootouts and stuff like that as well. Once in a while I throw in some camera stuff because this studio here is a multimedia studio, so that means I do photography, videography, social media accounts, some commercials like local commercials, and stuff like that. So that's out of the way. If you're into this kind of stuff, subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell, all that fun stuff. But if you support ICE, just skedaddle. We don't want you here. Yeah, what do I love about this goddamn camera? First of all, the sensor. The sensor's great. It's super sharp. Everything's great. The codecs are good. They're robust enough. 10-bit internal. I don't have to shoot RAW to get anywhere close to what I want. There's plenty of information. The dynamic range is great. And for what I'm using it for, the dynamic range is great. I'm not trying to make an IMAX movie with this. I am simply capturing, talking heads, people doing a walk and talk, car shots, businesses, and stuff like that. And yeah, basically, like over the summer I did a PA Philharmonic capturing the concert and the rehearsals and all that stuff. I used my Blackmagic cameras for the main capture of all the musicians and stuff and the concert, and then I use a Canon R5c with the Canon R5 as a talking head portion of the videos that they were putting together for educational purposes. So I love it because for that kind of stuff I can have it on eye autofocus. I don't have to worry about it. It is perfect for that. It doesn't lose people, and you can set it on so it doesn't hunt around. It only stays for people. So that's one thing that's really amazing about it. And again, I'm not using it for like an art project. I'm using it for, dare I say, clinical. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to sharp, punchy, colorful, lifelike objects, captures, you're going to get that from this. Now, my Blackmagic cameras, I love to use those for music videos and stuff like that because I just, and like little, like book trailers and more artsy stuff because I find that the sensor just captures stuff in the way I like it. I don't know. There's something about it. I'm not like a cinematographer in that way. I don't pixel peep. I just know when I like something. I'm saying it's just how it is. But what I like about this camera is the autofocus. I love that it has a fan in it. It never overheats. I love that I can continuously record on it. I love that if I want to shoot RAW, I can. I love that it has a overcrank feature for slow-mo, so I can just press a button, which I have programmed on here, to go right into 48 or 60 or whatever I want it to be, and it will give it back to me as a slow motion file set to what I'm already going to have in my timeline, and which my Blackmagics do. So to have that in this Canon camera with the autofocus is awesome. And they just recently got a firmware update to now have video assist work during playback, where before I used to have a LUT on my monitor for the playback, and then it's just a thing. But now that's done, so that's awesome. The screen is fine. It's good for what it is. I have no real complaints. I don't use the EVF that much because it's usually on a gimbal, but the EVF is good too when I have used it. And yeah, I have had no issues with it. It's never shut off on me. It's never turned off. I've never lost any footage. I've never had any issues. The other awesome thing about this is it takes SD cards, and it takes CF Express, which is these little ones instead of the CFast cards. The CFast cards are super expensive. These cards are not. So I have a whole terabyte in here, and boom, I can record for a very long time because I'm not shooting in RAW with this camera. Hold on one second. Guys, I'm recording a video. So I can record for a long time, and I shoot with the 10-bit codec. I don't remember off the top of my head what the codec is. I said it once. That's what I use. It's some kind of log, and boom, C-Log 3 is fine enough for what I'm doing. Yeah, C-Log 2 would be great, but I don't need it. I just don't, for what I'm doing. I'm fine. I know some people need that. I just find I don't need it with this camera and for what I'm actually doing. So I have used it for music videos as well because I can do more shots that are harder to get as a solo creator with a gimbal if you're trying to focus and follow people around. I have done that with a follow focus and everything, but to have the autofocus in here can make those things a lot better because you're just framing instead of worrying about the other stuff. So that's awesome. Programmable buttons, quick and easy to find things. The menu system's not as awesome as Blackmagic's, but it's better than Sony's. You know what I'm saying? With this camera, I'm using a Smallrig cage, and it gives me the ability to keep my wires locked in here so I don't have to worry about them breaking or a port breaking. I'm using the adapter from Canon that you can use the ND filters in, which just stays like that for me because all the shooting I'm doing is in buildings with big windows, a lot of natural light, and I haven't had any issues with that. I've just left it at 2 when I need it, and then when we go outside I mess with my aperture a little bit and put a little bit of ND further to get my exposure, and it's awesome. So I love that. And then I'm using the Canon 16-35 EF f4. It would be nice to have an f2.8, but in all honesty, I don't need it for what I'm shooting right now. In actuality, I don't need anything really blurry for the type of shooting I'm doing. We kind of want everything in focus and detailed and all that stuff. So, oh, and I forgot to mention that it has a time code port, which is a micro BNC. I got the adapter for it. I used it. Boom. No problems. So that's good. The only thing I don't like about the camera is the micro HDMI, which nobody likes. So spoiler alert, I don't like it either. So that's about that. But other than that, the camera has been awesome for me. So I use it on my gimbal all the time. I don't handhold this thing. I use it for, I'm using it to follow people walking. It's not a heavy camera. They're not looking for action or suspense or anything like that. They just want a smooth talk, walk type of thing. Show some, a car or some kind of, gizmo or whatever. It's some kind of product. You know what I'm saying? So boom, that's what that's why it's on a gimbal. It makes it easy to get smooth footage, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, I don't have a problem with it. Some people you see on YouTube or whatever, oh, get rid of your gimbal. I'm like, fucking best thing I ever bought. Fuck that. I mean, you can do all the other stuff with weights and all this other crap. I ain't got time for that, man. I'm putting it on the gimbal. Boom, I'm done. You know what I mean? I'm not shooting a fucking movie. Maybe if I was shooting a movie, then I'd have dollies and this, that, and the other thing. But for what I'm doing, this is great. So I'm using the DJI RS3, and I have the Smallrig side handle that I got with this strap, and I recommend this wholly. I had the original one and it sucked because whatever this was before broke on 2 of them. and they did a new and improved one. These things are holding up. They're awesome. They're robust. They work. There you go. I'm able to connect this right to the handle here. It's locked in. I put it around, and then I'm able to shoot when we're in the middle of a take. I'm done. I can just rest it. I can let go. I can talk freely, look at my phone, whatever. I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so that's why I love that. And also you'll notice here I have magnets that I put here, and wow, they're strong as hell. And this screws in to the base plate that came with the strap, and boom. And this other one's connected to a NATO rail from a NATO rail cheese plate from Smallrig. The reason I have this is because I use the Rode Wireless Go Pro, boom, and because I'm usually solo. My wife's usually there, but still, because I'm solo mainly, I have a place to put these. I don't have to put them in my pocket and start following people around. Then I lose one, or I give one to somebody and I don't never know where it's at. Boom, they're on here. The receiver goes on top of the camera, and I'm good. And these are set to record as soon as I pull them out. So if anything should happen with the input of the camera mic, I still have backup audio, and I'm good to go. And that's that. So on the side here, I have a monitor mount that has the little anti-twist nipple, and this is from Smallrig. And the reason I have that is because I'm using the Viltrox DC-X3, and it has a side mount with anti-twist locking mechanism, quarter, whatever, and I can put it on there, and no matter what I do, it's not going to twist on me. I can turn this, I'm fine. Okay. Cool thing about this screen is it is 2000 nits. Being that I'm outside, I never know what the sun's going to be doing. It does have some glare, but it does have some glare. Oh my god, I'm 40. It does have some glare, but you know, not everything's perfect, and you know, 2000 nits is plenty bright. You have HDMI in, out. You have a headphone out, which I'll explain something about that in a second. You have function buttons to get things quick if you need to, which I do. And then you have a spot for a battery, which I'm not using because I power this with a Smallrig V-mount. You have SDI in, SDI out. You have a bottom plate with the anti-locking as well. USB, USB-C, DC in. And yeah, that's it. So this thing's awesome. Is it the best monitor that money can buy? No, but it is great for the price. It's robust. It has all the ins and outs that you definitely should have, and it's future proof in that way. Okay. Now I mentioned the headphone out because the headphone out, or no, not the headphone out, because the speaker out, this doesn't have speakers, first of all. And I mentioned the headphone out because the speaker out of the Canon R5c is really low. Most of these cameras aren't going to have the loudest speakers. It's just a nice to have thing in there. It's better than not having it all, but if you're outside, you have a real hard time with playback if the talent wants to make sure they don't mess up a word, blah blah blah, or if you want to make sure that the audio is good. And that's where this comes in. I just picked this up off of Amazon. It is this brand AYL. I don't know much about it. I'm not gonna try to sell it to you or anything like that. I just was looking for something that was going to be light, small, and that I can mount onto the gimbal. And what I did was I used fastener Velcro, and boom, put it onto the Smallrig cheese plate to NATO rail, and boom, I can now mount this here and plug this in to the monitor, so I don't have to worry about it going to the camera. You already have enough going on with the camera and the gimbal and the weight and stuff like that. I can put this on, and now only during playback will you hear the sound. And that's awesome. You know what I mean? Now people can hear it loud and clear outside or inside, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. Because before I'd be like, oh, let's go inside so we can make sure the sound's right. And now I can just do it wherever, because I don't want to pull headphones out and all this other stuff. I just want it to be set up. This thing's light. If you want it to, you can actually turn it and make it come out like this. Then the sound's a little bit more low end, but I don't need that, dude. I'm trying to hear your voice. I'm not really worried about low end. I'm not trying to do trap beats with it. You know what I'm saying? So the last thing I'm going to show you is the V-mount battery that I use. This is a Smallrig 50. It's thin, it's small. It works great with the Canon R5c because it has a USB-C power delivery. It also has USB-A if you need to power anything else, and you have your 12 volt and your 8 volt out, and I'm able to power the monitor from the 12 volt out. And I got this little Smallrig plate that goes underneath the it's hard to find it. There we go. Underneath the gimbal, and it's where the Raven Eye normally goes. I don't use the Raven Eye for this particular stuff, and I just don't like to use my phone for this kind of stuff because phones get hot, phone calls happen, whatever. But I'm able to power the camera, the monitor, and all that stuff, and actually keeps it lighter because I'm not putting another battery in here. You know, in a way, you know what I'm saying? Because the battery is in the center more instead of this thing being on the side with another battery. So it's a little bit more balanced. Plus I'm getting longer battery life with this Smallrig battery. Now I have the Canon R5 Mark II batteries that work with the R5c to extend the life, and you do get like an hour or whatever, but I find depending on the heat outside and all that other stuff that you're going to run through them quicker. And I just don't like the idea of I don't like looking at that meter go down. I like seeing PD full, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I want. And the camera control, you can't use Bluetooth with this. That's another thing I don't like about the R5c, but I'm just hitting the record on the top. Then I never have to worry about communication problems or anything. I know that it's recording. So I think that's basically it. So let me know if you have any questions down below. I'll try to answer them. Again, this is how I use the camera. This is what I use this particular camera for. And it does everything I need it to do at a very high quality. I can't, stress that enough. It's a high quality camera giving beautiful images, and you can do with it what you want. You know what I mean? Like, you have to really not know what you're doing to get a bad image out of the camera. You know what I mean? So that's it. If you like this, like it. Hit the hype button if you want to, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.